All right, so we're back. I've got a little bit of a microphone setup going on here. It's not the most ideal thing in the world because I'm having to hold it like an idiot, but I think the sound quality is going to be better, so we're just going to give it a try, see what it's saying. Again, I know I said the same thing in the last episode, but I am absolutely shattered. So sorry if I'm not making too much sense, but I've got some points written on a whiteboard behind the camera here, so I'm gonna try and just make a lot of sense, because this week has been honestly like potentially a life-changing week, and I don't say that lightly. I've been thrown a lot of like bones, if you know what I mean, if that makes sense. Like I've been given a lot of opportunities, and even though I've been feeling kind of ill this week, I've had to just jump at them, which kind of goes against a bit of what I was saying last week about creating balance. But I think, I'm going to pay the price for it anyway, and I'm having a bit of a rest today as well. So there's that. So I suppose the first thing I want to start off with is basically this week has been all about leads and connections in general. Like I haven't really been doing much design work at all. So I started off the week doing a lot of like lead gen, like cold emailing, learning how to cold email even, because it's something that's a bit foreign to me. So I've set up like a really nice system to find emails that are relevant and start cold emailing them. Haven't had much success with it, to be honest with you. It's early days though, and again, if we look at like standard conversion rates for like email campaigns, I'm not expecting more than like a 2% conversion rate, which is like the same as like okay in ecom, right? So, I need to send like 1,000 emails before, potentially I get like a couple of clients, right? That's at least how I'm looking at it. I don't know if that's the way it's going to turn out, but we'll just see what happens with that. So yeah, but so basically, everything took a bit of a crazy turn. I went to this conference, but I didn't really go to it. So I got invited to one of the networking parties after it. It's a conference called Geek Out, and it's basically like loads of marketers getting together, sharing like tactics with each other, and networking, things like that, right? So I went along, honestly not expecting too much because, it's not my field, marketing or anything. Having said that, of course I'm having to get better at it to run this business and things. So there's that. But I ended up meeting the most incredible people and experiencing things that just honestly are completely foreign to me, but on the whole, I would say it was just super refreshing to be around people who are actually focused, determined, motivated, and doing super well, and are similar ages to me or even younger oftentimes, which is just awesome to see, to be honest. Just like standing like on a rooftop, like having drinks with loads of like amazingly successful people, it doesn't get much better than that. And I gotta say thank you to Jem for that. Jem Burrow, if you know him, most people probably watching this do know him, because he basically got me sort of into that. So yeah, it was a really, really valuable thing, and I met some people I could probably call friends now, and hopefully for a long time. So it was a really great experience, and there's a lot of them are still in Barcelona, so maybe after this I'm going to go out and meet some guys as well. So really good. And then from that networking event, which was like on a rooftop, I met this guy Zach, and I can't remember his surname, which is bad, but he gave me a ticket to Affiliate World conference, which I was super grateful for, because I think tickets go for about 1.5k or something, so it's not like a cheap thing to go to. Again, I was obviously grateful, but at the same time slightly skeptical, because I was like, Affiliate World, is that really like where I'm gonna find clients, that sort of thing? But I was like, I'm being thrown these opportunities, I've just got to go and take them, even though I was like feeling still kind of ill, a bit of a sore throat and stuff. I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go. So yeah, the day after, or like 2 days after that first one, I went to Affiliate World, and that was yesterday, and it was like amazing as well. I just met again so many interesting people, and actually some more people that are even more related to the fields that I'm working in, like Web3, crypto, SaaS products and stuff like that. There's a lot of like weird stuff at that conference as well, I have to say. Like a lot of people just selling like random like weight loss pills and I don't know, loads of like strange like marketing schemes and stuff. But on the whole, like the conferences and the talks were really good. Learned a lot about stuff that, you know, I have been out of the game for a while, you know, in terms of marketing, because I haven't really run ads on anything for like quite a few years. So it's nice to sort of get up to date with that. A few talks on like TikTok ads, especially Nick Shackelford's, that was good. And yeah, so that was Affiliate World. Technically, I could have gone again today, but I just had loads of stuff to catch up on, so I didn't. But there is another like networking party thing that's going on tonight as well. So like, it's just like a foreign world to me, because I have been, let's say, quite isolated from people that are like myself, like young entrepreneurs and stuff. And I've struggled to find them in Barcelona. Maybe I haven't looked hard enough. It's possible as well, but it's not easy to find them. And just like people you genuinely would just hang out with as friends as well. So yeah, I've met some amazing people. You probably know who you are if you're watching this. And I guess that's all I want to say about that. But from that, there's been so many potential connections there. Like I can't even remember them. Like I had to come home, honestly, and write them all down, and like what people did and what we talked about and things like that, which I think was, yeah, a really good thing for me to do in hindsight, because sometimes my memory's not the best. So yeah, I'm going to reach out to lots of guys next week and just, yeah, follow up on things we said. Even just got like people just wanting to help me out, even if like I couldn't necessarily offer them stuff as well. Like, you know, they didn't need the service, which was amazing. Like I had this guy like come up to me, and he runs like a SaaS product for like increasing AOV on like Shopify stores. It's a fly in my face. And he was just like, oh yeah, like we don't need any design, but like, you know, we can put you like on our emailing list. Like we've got 25,000 people who like running stores. Like I'm sure some of them will need design. Like we'll just send you in like an email blast, like no problem. I'm just like, okay, like cool. So I don't know, it's just a weird world. I think when you get like, it depends on the crowds of course, but when you get into certain like groups, people are just really willing to help you, even if they don't necessarily need what you have to offer. And I really appreciate that, and I admire that sort of like abundance mentality, which I haven't been surrounded by enough, I think. So that's really nice, super nice. I think that's probably all I've got to say about the conferences and stuff. I'm not going to do as much networking as this probably in like the weeks to come, because it's been super tiring as well as it's been good. But I need to get my head down into some work and some design, and also like acting on these leads and things. And also I would say, yeah, it's just it's a interesting time, because I'm not just doing the agency. I do have one side project which is kind of linked to the agency. It's to do with like crypto and NFTs and stuff like that. I can't really say much more right now. But yeah, and there's loads of work that needs to be done on that before I go to London in a couple of weeks. So yeah, I just want to like make sure I've got a lot of momentum in the next week to get some of that stuff done. So yeah, that kind of covers it. I just think social circle and connections are far more important than I ever thought. I'm typically someone, I got a note on my whiteboard here. It's like talent but no idea, and it kind of sums me up. And I know it sounds quite critical of myself, because, you know, I've been an expert in what I do for so many years. Like I've invented new technologies, I've worked in startup companies, I've worked in agencies and whatnot. But being around marketers really shows you that, like, you know, they can take people with talent and make loads of money out of them, you know, and then ultimately the people with talent actually aren't the ones necessarily making the money, right? And it really got me thinking about that, and like how marketing is really important, and it's something that I do need to invest in more, and I do need to invest in, like, you know, going out and meeting people more, and things like that. And yeah, it's just shown me the value of social circles and connections, because you know what they say, it's like your the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time around, and that includes net worth and stuff as well. So really solidified that learning for me, I think. So I'm going to try not to forget that. So I think that covers everything really for like the work side of things. Oh yeah, we did get the shout out from Framer. I'm not sure we got it on Twitter. I need to follow that up, but we're featured on Framer on their gallery, which is super nice, with like a little testimonial there. And I think that's basically it on the work side. As I do normally, I go on to like sort of the life side of things, a bit more like philosophical, maybe you'd say, afterwards. And it's been as much as it's been about forming new connections, it's also been about like letting go and loss in a way, which I know sounds kind of sad, but it's almost feels like a bit of a renewal period in some way, like out with the old, in with the new. I'm not sure that's necessarily the right phrase to use here because it concerns like people and people I care about, but it's been an interesting time. Like I probably won't go into it too much because it's kind of personal. But you know, situations with girls and things like that where, you know, you are, well, basically, okay, I'm just gonna say it. You basically are in like a long distance kind of situation. It's kind of not working out, and then one person's not happy with it, and then you have to kind of let go of that sort of thing, right? So that was something that I experienced recently, and you know, I'm cool with it, but it's an interesting period, you know, where you just have to kind of let go of some things for the best. But ultimately also you've got like new connections coming in as well. So it's it's a really interesting period, and I'm also taking some time to like, you know, process these things as well, because it's super important, man, that you are not just like, you know, like brushing things under the carpet that are important to you, I think, as well, in terms of like, you know, whatever it is, like losing loved ones or whatever. Not that that's happened to me recently, but you know what I mean, just like people leaving your life in whatever way that is, friendships, relationships, whatever. So yeah, so it's a weird time. It feels very, very like poignant for me. I can't really put like too many more words on that. It just feels like intuitively like a poignant turning point in my life where I'm meeting like people that I get on with really well, and like we're on the same page, and people that I'm not on the same page of might be sort of drifting a bit more. But again, it's like I still want to keep in contact with people, but that's just how it feels right now. Who knows what will happen, but that's, as I say, that's how it feels. I do have another note on my whiteboard, but I can't read it because it's so small. Oh yeah, it was another thing I thought about. I actually did some meditation at the start of this week. I don't normally do that, but I kind of got out of the habit of it. But I was just like, you know, why not? Like, try and get the focus honed in. It definitely does improve like your focus when you're meditating, just for a few minutes a day, to be honest. And so kind of like a realization that I had is that like when you solve problems in life or in business, whatever, or even in like innovation, you're also just choosing new ones, or like maybe even creating new ones, right? Which sounds kind of like maybe pessimistic, but it's not. It's just more of like a realization that like, you know, you can chase, you know, whatever it is. You can chase money or women or whatever it is, right, that you're going after in life. I just chose the two like obvious ones that people would pick. Even when you get those things, you're just going to encounter different problems. And, you know, it's cool because you can choose your problems that you have, and hopefully some problems are easier than others. But always when you get what you want, you are introducing another problem, or at least you're going to create another problem, most likely, because there always are new problems. I don't know if that makes sense, but in a way, all I'm saying is that, like, you're never at the destination. You never arrive, so to speak, until I think you realize that, because otherwise you're literally just like spinning the wheel on and on and on. And it's great to grow, of course. Like, if your ambition is purely just money, then fine. Like, okay, like you're earning more and more and more money, but like you have to have the realization that like you will never be like fulfilled or whole from that alone. At least it goes into like deeper philosophical discussions, like maybe I won't go into here because I don't know how many people are interested in this kind of stuff, But ultimately, I think I came onto that realization, or like thinking about this purely because of connection, right? Like ultimately the thing that fulfills us most as human beings is connection. And of course, that's what this whole week has been about. And I feel super fulfilled, even though like financially I'm no different than I was, or anything really. Like, so yeah, I'm just hammering home on that point. I think that connection is one of the most important things, whether it's for your just well-being and your happiness or your business as well. So yeah, I think that's where I want to leave this one. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe, because I didn't say that in the last one. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.